Now, did you bring in, or maybe a dummy or some of the sketches that went into this book? Could you share those with us?
Well, I brought some of the outtakes that didn't. I can't find my dummy. I think it's with my agent, but I brought in.
The outtake. Now, exactly what is an outtake?
Sketches that were changed, and I could show you. What I originally planned to do and how it changed in the book.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What happens is Katie wants to get to the kittens.
Yes. Now, Katie's the dog, the main character.
Little Jack Russell. And she...
Is that your dog, by the way?
She was. She's no longer with us. But she's trying to get... the girl goes into her room, brings the kittens, and Katie wants to get inside. And I originally did these sketches. I don't know where
I'm gonna hold them up.
Okay.
And when I'll let... Okay, so you did this sketch.
And because Jack Russells climb trees. They're terriers. They do. They do. So I had her climbing up this tree, and if you show the next one, looking in the window, and she sees the kittens inside.
I see that. Yes.
And she wants to smell them. She's trying to smell them through the window, and she eventually gets in. Well, the editor didn't really like that idea, so I changed that to she's on the ground looking through the window, and then if you turn the page, she climbs up the bushes. I guess they thought it was too much of a stretch.
This one was a delightful picture. I know our camera is having trouble picking it up, but the dog is right here. He has remnants of the bushes around him, and the kittens are sleeping on the bed. And what I like about this particular picture is the yearning, the longing. He wants to get up there. You can just feel the yearning and longing. I just absolutely love that. So now
the editor originally wanted to cut that picture.
Did he really?
And I said that was my favorite picture because you can almost see her puzzling.
Yes.
It's like working it out in her head, and I made a little case for that one, and I won. So I'm so glad you said that.
Oh no, I noticed. You just go back and tell that editor. Because you feel it. You can feel it, and no matter what, if a child can't read the words, you can follow the story and you can feel it with that. Now, you told me, I'm hoping I'm not confusing the book, the first cover is different from the published cover?
Yeah, when I first did it, this was all approved and ready to go. This was the cover.
Okay, I'm just going to hold this up. That's the original cover, and they changed it to this.
And what she said was, and I kind of went back and forth, I liked the original, and she says the problem was the marketing department or somebody said from a distance it wasn't dynamic enough. It didn't really grab the reader. So they wanted me to have her bigger, and
you know what, I agree.
It ended up, I do too.
The color.
Right.
Yeah, she wasn't right. They weren't right on that other picture, but the color grabs my attention. It really grabs. The only way I would probably like that one is if it was all black and white, and a very glossy black and white. But this is. I made some. Let me just remind myself why I put little stickies in here. This book. Oh, did I love this picture? Did I love? Look at. I'm just going to get rid of that. Look at this picture. It's right. Oops, I'm not doing this right. Here it's the dog, what he sleeps on, and here he is hiding underneath it. What a great, heart-wrenching picture. And the words say Katie felt very, very sad. Poor Katie. Oh, and this one. Katie really wants the kittens to love her, but she doesn't quite get it, and the mother puts out cat food, 3 bowls for the kittens, and Katie thinks it's all about her, and she eats it. And in this picture, she's being yelled at, and you can feel she feels guilty and sad, and she'll never do it again, ever. It's just delightful. And then she finally gives up. She finally goes to sleep and gives up, and the kittens come and join her, and she's trying to control herself. And this is the face of a dog who's trying to control themselves and let the kittens play and love her. But I read this to my literacy kids, my 5th graders, and we loved this last picture because there's a cat, and I know you're having trouble seeing this on the monitor. I am. There's a cat in her tail being bounced back and forth. It is absolutely adorable.
Thanks.
My 5th graders love this.
Oh.
They loved it. Katie loves the kittens. And I told them they could learn a little bit about self-control from this book. This was an absolutely delightful book. Delightful. So it's up for the award. When will you know if you get the award?
There's a banquet in New York in May with Oprah, not Oprah, Whoopi Goldberg and
Whoopi Goldberg.
yeah, we're having dinner with Whoopi. No, everyone else is. Yeah, there's some banquet there where they announce it, so you go there not knowing.
Oh, and then you go
and you practice your
acceptance speech.
No, you clap it when you don't win. You know, looking happy for the winners.
And I think I would cry if I didn't win. How many books are up for the award?
I think there's 4 or 5 in this category.
Oh, and you have to look happy for them.
I would imagine.
Oh, that's the tough part.
I know.
Oh, you won. Oh, that's great.
Good for you.
Yeah. Do they sell your books at the banquet?
I don't know.
They should. Mention it to somebody, because I know if I was going to a banquet and someone won an award, I would want to be able to buy the book.
I'll keep some in my car if anybody wants some.
Good idea. Now, the next book that you have is, that I have a note here, it's really another delightful book. And when it's called Chickens to the Rescue. And I think up until this moment, chickens have not been given their just due.
No.
And what made, they have not. And you can think of dogs to the rescue, cats, people to the rescue. What made you come up with chickens?
There was an article in the Hartford Courant, and the
you know how to
headline,
read the paper. Oh, good.
Yeah. I look at the, when I'm done with the comics, the headline said "Chickens to the Rescue." I don't even know what it was about. In fact, I didn't read that article. I just saw the headlines. Oh, it's an interesting idea for a story, or a title for a story. And I just kind of wrote it down and put it aside for a few years, and then eventually it came to me. You know, and people think like these divine inspirations, you know, the eureka moments, they just come. They come after, you know, agonizing over for a few years. And I did. I'd keep coming back to, what am I going to do? I want to do something with that title. There's something about that title that's appealing to me. And I eventually came up with, oh, I'll just have the chickens come to the rescue.
Yes. So what, for your technique, you keep a notebook and you jot down your ideas in a notebook and you review it every now and then?
Not really. What I need to do is keep it in plain sight. So I'll write something down, I'll put on a Post-it note or something and keep it on my drawing table or put it next to my computer where I'm constantly coming across it and having to see it.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting.
If I put it in a notebook, I would, you know, I might.
You never see it again.
Yeah.
That's what I tend to do. Is I tend to put things in a notebook and I never see it again. And 10 years later, I go, oh, that was a good idea. Well, you know, I'm going to have. In a moment, I'm going to fix my earpiece because it did fall out. So when the camera goes to our guest, then I'll fix that. But I just wanted to comment on here that first of all, tell us what the story's about before I go into this.
Well, it takes place in 7 days, and each day there's some problem that happens to one of the people on the farm, the farm family, and the chickens come and they solve the problem. Okay, now there's a problem. Now you say it without the love of the chickens, because when I look at this, look at these chickens. They're all delightful. They're all going any which way, and they say, and the tagline is "Chickens to the rescue." My kids loved saying that. You know, they would anticipate it and they would love it. And I have to tell you, sometimes this is exactly how I feel after a day of work. Exactly. Are you modeling this after anybody you know? That's kind of my grandmother, my late grandmother who lived on a farm up in Maine. That sort of looks like me after a day of work.